There are so many things to answer today. I will try to explain, elucidate. Then, if you think that it is not good enough, then let me know, and I will do what I have to do. This is just about 2 pages. I would need a longer time with you. And so may I start by just rattling off the cabinet members, Executive Secretary Salvador Mijaldilla, and the members of the cabinet, our newly appointed government officials, mga kasamahan ko sa gobyerno, ang minamahal kong mga kababayan. In the newspaper reports today, there seems to be an apparent, well, it's an allegation that a daughter-in-law of mine visited customs. She is not a Duterte, she is a Sumera. And I haven't seen that one for the last 10 years. Nag-ano yan siya, unang asawa ni Pulong. Pulong, the vice mayor now of Davao City, eloped with a Maranao lady whose age was 24. Tinanan si Pulong o tinanan niya yung anak ko kasi 18 years old lang at nawala yan sa kamay ko. One of my sad events in my life because I never saw him for more than 5 years until yung nalaman ko na nagkaroon na ako ng apo. So I sought him out and made peace with him. Naghiwalay na yan sila. She is now married to a Sumera. And si Pulong naman, just like the father, married another woman for second time. Pero ganun lang ang buhay. Na ito naman si Mans Carpio, ang tatay niya, kapatid niya si Ombudsman Morales, Carpio Morales. Ito, abogado ito. Long before yung mighty king, ang office nila ang nag-handle niyan. I don't know if Bebot Bello has divested his interest there, but sila yung mga puro Ilocano, Bebot Bello, marami yan sila. At ang anak ko was lawyering for the mighty king. Siyempre, piliin mo yung klienteng may pera. Pero sabi ko, kung hanggang dyan, okay lang, sabi ko. It's lawyering. Nobody can question us. And even I mean, as a matter of fact, it is just part of our profession, our vocation as a lawyer. Alam naman natin mga abogado. Pero wala kaming tinanggap. At ang sinabi ko naman sa inyo, if any of my children, at right, sabi ko sa pingalanan ko na kaagad, si Mayor Sara, si Pulong, pati si Sebastian. Kung yan ang pumasok doon sa may hiningi na illegal or graft and corruption, I told you before, I am ready to step down as president. I will not hesitate and cling to power when it is no longer productive of me as a human being. Gusto ko lang malaman ninyo. Wala akong illusions dyan sa presidente. As a matter of fact, if I were to turn back the hands of time, I would have decided differently. Maybe. Yan ang So, I am now scouting around Yung PCGG kasi is focused on the wealth of Marcos. Nagpagkita yung pamilya, and there's I have to yet to select the guy para walang duda. Baka sabihin na naman nag-house siya o there's a back channeling. But the Marcoses, I will not name the spokesman. Sabi nila na they'll open everything and probably return yung nakita lang. Sabi nila na malaki ang deficit mo sa maybe this year, ang projected deficit spending would be big, sabi niya. Baka makatulong. Pero hindi ito malaki. But we are ready to open and bring back, sabi niya, pati yung IFU gold bars. Hindi ganun kalaki. It's not the Fort Knox. It's just IFU. But sabi nila, isauli nila. Para walang ano. And the only reason really was, sabi nila, that the father was protecting the economy. And of course, the eventual kung maalis siya. But he was thought of regaining the Malacanang, and that is why ganito ang lumabas. Parang naitago. I will accept the explanation. Whether or not it is true, wala na eh. And they are ready to return. How much they would give me an accounting? Trying to look for a guy not identified with anybody to handle the negotiation kung gusto nila. I'm looking at the former Chief Justice. Sila na mag-usap. Then another CPA and maybe a representative of all that is accepted also by all. So that tatlong tao yan mag-usap sa kanila. And they are ready. And I'm happy na we come with a clean breast. Make something that is really worthwhile for the Filipinos. Yan ang explanation ko. I do not have a daughter by the name of Lovely Duterte. Ang daughter-in-law ko is si January. I think she was born January. But she is not a Moro. She is a Christian. Espanyol nga ang salita. Ito naman kay Mans, I do not apologize for him because he's a lawyer. And every lawyer knows that. That's our job. The richer the client, the better. So you can die early or retire early. So yan po ang for today's consumption. But sabi ko, nilimit ko doon sa mga anak ko kasi wala akong control sa ibang tao. For example, just like my son-in-law was a lawyer, and it is perfectly all right for him to say anybody. I mean, if just going to the BIR in connection with the case of your client, I do not begrudge for that. Trabaho ko rin niya. We have to protect the interest of our client. That's our oath of office as lawyer. Ito namang babae ang pumunta dyan. Excuse me, she's not my daughter. Hindi ko manugang yan. Diyan nga ako nagkaroon ng sugat sa puso. No? Imagine your 18-year-old son eloping with a 24 tapos. Manhirapan talaga, nakatapos. Ang sabi ko, nilimit ko dyan sa mga anak ko kasi yan ang control ko. Mga anak ng mga pinsan ko, wala na ako doon. Hindi ko nakaya yung i-control kung anong gustong hanap buhay gamitin nila sa mundong ito. I could only answer for my daughters, dalawa na pala yan, pati sa mga anak kong lalaki. Anyway, that was what I said during the first If you remember, I was very specific in the names. Kasi yung iba hindi ko kaya. Itong si Lovely, they separated 10 years ago. I haven't seen her for the longest time. Mga anak nila nandoon sa kanya. Not the kind of event that would prompt me to insist on resigning. Pero kung sabi ko sa mga anak ko, if they are into it, just call my attention, remind me of my commitment, and I will resign. Hindi ako yung kapito ko. That's one. The second one is, itong PCGG kasi is focused on the Marcos wealth. Gusto ko tanggalin, pero baka sabihin naman ng mga tao, on the verge of discovering something, ayan na nga, binuwag na tuloy yung PCGG. But I will create another office. I just name good government. Pero mayroon na kasi maybe an anti-graft. And I'm looking for somebody to handle. Yung anak ni Bebot, siguro kaya niyang hawakan. Ayaw mo? I'm really looking for somebody. Kung may makuha ako na meron akong gustong kunin pero hindi na papayag yan. Justice talaga. 1 or 2 or 3. And maybe a lady na yung not identified with me, nor identified with the other group. I need somebody na kasi matagal yan. Si Justice Sereno made insinuations that siya yung tinuturo ko. Actually, none of the above. I was just generic yun. For those guys, sinabi ko na, well, I said there's a lady in, at ako naman, I rely on documents that are given to us here in the palace. I do not put a premium of truth in it, actually. But something that is transmitted to us officially. And if that is the situation, I have to make it public. I cannot make it a secret. Because then people will say, pinaalam namin niya, wala namang ginawa. But yung sabi niya na trips niya abroad, I don't know. What I gathered from the papers was that she was traveling first class. Kami, maski nung congressman ako, we were allowed to travel. And ang pwede lang sa amin really is business class. But if the airline decides to upgrade you because you're a congressman, ganon, well and good. But public money spends only for yung mura na business class. At yung mga kwarto na sa hotel, such an ordinary room, we're not supposed to be occupying a suite. The only problem, at baka mabalikan ninyo ako, when I go out of the country and visit nations, sila yung nagre-reserve ng kwarto. Usually, it's the presidential suite because there's a room, a receiving room, tapos dalawang kwartos, security mo, pati iyo. Kaya may caveat ako dyan. I am also, pero karamihan kasi binabayaran ng host country. They offer na sila na ang So, yan ang score dyan. Para malaman ng Pilipino kung ano ang laro ng buhay sa Pilipinas. Itong isa, I will read the official. Bakit ang ombudsman Matagal na siya dyan. Natapos na lang ito si Aquino. Why can't they just wind up the cases against the senators? This is not a brief. Hindi ko man kapartido yan si Estrada o pati si sino tong isa? Taga Cavite. Hindi naman. But yung kaso nila hanggang ngayon, you know, it's sauce for the goose, sauce for the gander. If you allow a certain person to post a bail, there is absolutely no ground, legal or otherwise, na bakit yung iba hindi mo rin gawin. The latest is Gringo Hunasan. Gringo ran sa, wala kaming but naawa ako sa kanya because hindi klaro eh. At ang batting average ng conviction, sinabi ko na sa inyo, sa ombudsman, cases filed, is 2 to 8. 8 is acquittal, 2 ang conviction. Bihira. At itong mga ombudsman, I was once also an accused sa ombudsman. Corrupt rin talaga yan sila, ang mga investigador. And I can bring forth the record at basahin nila ulit. But eventually, hindi talaga ako pumayo. Naghingi siya, sabi ko, I told him, ano kasalanan ko dyan? Ay, may prosecutor. So, eventually, umabot ako sa Supreme Court. But at a great expense sa abogado. And I was exonerated. Ang maawa ako dyan, itong style ng graft and corruption sa ating bansa. Pag sinabi ng mayor, tawagin ka, pirmahan mo to, yung auditor pa dito, sir, automatic pipirma yan. Kung magsabi na yung mayor, putang ina to, ano ba? And yet, they are the ones naluluto. Malaman nila yan magpunta ng, wala pa naman barko. Wala na yung barko, Davao, flying Davao, Manila. So they had to go to another province, board a ship there. Kita mo yung barong nila na puro putas na. And only to be acquitted. Yan ang mahirap sa file. So many cases that they cannot handle. Basta pagsabi na dyan, there being a prima facie case, file mo lang yan. File. Para may output lang. At the great expense of the human emotion. Hindi ba ka? Tapos yung iba, yung defavored nila, hanggang hindi pa na itong inuna yung mga kalaban. Tawa ako dito kay Greg. Sabi ko, then the measure of standard of granting bail and whatever legal remedies below, you give it to the others and give it to your enemies. Para kaya itong dalawang without really casting alam mo, itong mga justices of the court, wala akong problema. But the way things are being run, kagaya na itong sa contraceptive, dumaan na yung ilang expert. Tapos sabihin ni Sereno na it causes abortion. And yet, nagbili na tayo ng medisina, expecting that it would be needed by government para maumpisahan na. And until now, 2 years ago, nag-expire na yung medisina. Sereno is sitting on it. What's the problem, ma'am? Gumastos na tayo, bumili na tayong medisina. Tapos, nag-expire na lang. simple three sentences